This week we are continuing our work on the book called The Selfish Giant, written by Oscar Wilde. In this session, you're going to be sequencing and planning a story. On your worksheet it says, using the pictures provided, put the story back into the correct order. If you do not have scissors and glue, why not draw your own pictures to tell the story? So on your sheet here, on the boxes, I've just got 2 up to show you, but you'll have 5. This is where you can cut out and stick the pictures into the right order to tell the story. If you're not sure or you can't remember, you can always go back to the video on the class page where we read you the story. Now, I've just got the pictures up here to put them in order. So thinking at the very start of the story, what picture would come first? So I've got a picture here of snow and ice. I've got a picture of the giant and some suitcases. A picture of a giant playing with children. I've got that picture of the sign that says trespassers will be prosecuted. And I've got the picture here of the children playing in the giant's garden. Have a little think here. Which picture comes first? What picture shows you what's happening at the very start of the story? I think it's this one. So at the start of the story, the boys and girls are playing in the giant's garden. What comes next? Well, I think the giant doesn't play with them, but I know the giant comes home. So that's my second picture. So I've got the children playing in the garden, and then the giant comes home. Now, the giant wasn't a friendly giant, he was a selfish giant. And he didn't want the boys and girls to play in his garden. He wanted the garden for it to be all for himself. So he put up a sign. And that's it. This sign here says trespassers will be prosecuted. And that meant that he was going to try and get the girls and boys into trouble if they went onto his land. The next 2 aren't too tricky now. What happens next? Does he play with the children, or is there lots of snow and hail and wind? Yep, that's right. Remember, the garden gets stuck in winter for a very, very long time and the spring doesn't come. And the spring comes back at the end when the giant realises that he's been selfish and decides to play with the children once again. And it turns back into spring and summer. So that's your first challenge. I've done it with you to help you. Why don't you turn the video off, go back to your sheet and have a go at sticking the pictures in the right order. You can always come back and watch this video if you need some help. Pause here while you do that activity and then we'll move on to see what we should do next. Okay, the next part is once you've stuck your pictures in the right order down the side, just like I've done with the first 2, it says when you are done, write some key words next to each picture to explain what is happening in that part of the story. So we're not looking for full sentences. You don't need to use your capital letters and your full stops. We're just going to write some words that help tell the story. So thinking of my first picture here, what can I see? I can see some children playing. That's all I'm going to write. I'm not doing a full sentence. I'm just writing some keywords. Children playing. And where are they? They're in the giant's garden. Okay, we might describe that garden now using some of those words and vocabulary that we used last week. So we might say it's hot. We might say it's sunny. Thinking about what's in that garden, we might say soft green grass. Okay, you can pinch the ideas that we looked at last week. That's not a problem at all. I think I've got plenty there to talk about that first picture. So I'm going to go on to my next picture. And what can we see here? Oh, it's the giant. And the giant is coming back home. So I'm going to write giant comes home. And how was the giant feeling, everyone? That's it. He was not very happy. So I'm going to write a word using my prefix un. So I'm going to do unhappy. That means the opposite of happy. That means he wasn't happy at all. Okay. You might even say that he was angry. And what did he do to the boys and girls? He asked them to leave, didn't he? So I'm going to say ask children to leave. Asked children. Asked children, tricky word, to, and then leave. Okay, now I've wrote some ideas. Have a go at doing your own, some keywords next to your pictures, and do them for every picture. This will help you in the next few days when you come to write your own version of the story. Good luck, everyone.